What is the GDP status of India? We people are least bothered what is the GDP status of India. Let me at least have a check of JDP. What is that JDP? Job data, please. How many jobs have been created in India with this fastest growing economy? Wait a moment. Job means I am talking in terms of government jobs. 2014, the year of lots of hope, dreams and aspirations. People of India voted the government with lot of enthusiasm. Many promises were being made, many commitments were being made. In that, generating the job was one of the major promise in the year 2014. The citizen of India kept their promise. They bought the government into the ruling government. But what is the status of the other side? When the youth asked for jobs, the idea of Make in India popped up from the government side. Make in India, a very good concept. It aimed to create more jobs in India. India aimed to become a manufacturing center. But when this idea of Make in India applied to Indian atmosphere, Indian demographic atmosphere, the Make in India went like this. Of course, the Make in India created 75,000 startups at 75th year of Indian independence or Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The Make in India was able to create 75,000 startups in India and it was able to employ around 7 lakh of people. In the nutshell, the concept of Make in India turned India into a big factory platform to the world and it created 7 lakh employees out of its factory. The idea of Make in India, it met with a failure, a big failure when we tried to copy the other models. The idea of manufacturing may be working in a country like China. China is involved in the manufacturing unit. Huge working population is involved in the manufacturing unit only. But the same idea when it was applied to India, again one formula may not work at other places because we need to understand, we need to do a lot of research. Idea of Make in India was a failure because of the scarcity of these three things, the skill, the talent as well as lack of knowledge of their passion. The education of India should help the youth in developing in these three areas. The education should make them skilled, the education should make the youth talented, and the education should help the youth to recognize their passion, what they exactly want to do. Means education should serve as a guidance for the youth and through that the youth will get the direction. Of course, let's see the positive side. But the question is it a government job? I'm talking about the government job because in India, government job is like, it is a matter of prestige, it is a matter of dignity, it is a matter of security, and it is the matter of benefits. The concept of Make in India, does it mean, has it created the government jobs? A company like a private company like TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, single-headed created around 6 lakhs of jobs. Okay, fine. Even if the government want to support itself through Make in India, we have employed around 7 lakh of people. A private company like TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, on single-headed has created around 6 lakhs of people to the job. Can you imagine a single private organization can be larger than the government organization? When Tata Consultancy Service can hire so many youth, 6 lakh, just for its technology as well as productivity, then the government has so many sectors. Even the company like Uber have created jobs for the drivers. Look at the Zomato created the jobs for delivery boys. What about the railway recruitment? What about the Air Force recruitment? What about the Navy recruitment? What about the military recruitment? What about the teaching, engineer, medical recruitments? What is the GDP status of India? Wait, let me define this term unemployment. Unemployment in India has become that luxury which our educated youth can afford it. Of course, the unskilled people cannot afford it since it is a luxury, and even the uneducated people cannot afford it since it is a luxury. Only the people who are educated, unemployment is that luxury, they can afford it. Forgive me if I am going bit harsh. The 3 trillion economy, the Asia's third largest economy. With the wealth created, has it created enough job to its youth? That is a $1,000,000 question. Digging into the opportunity, many governments come into the power in the name of creating enough jobs. When we come to the power, the promises, the hopes, the commitments, we need to look into the mirror. Imagine that if there are 100 people, even if 80 jobs are created, means you are very near in achieving the target. People are spending money on movie tickets, they are going for the vacation and holidays. People are also spending money on smartphones and iPhones. Does it mean the economy of India is growing through the upper strata of the people? The growth is seen at the upper strata of the people. Sometimes the report that we shown where the numbers are going, India is basically the agricultural country. 40% of the population still engaged in doing agriculture. So they are not counted in the list. They are a sort of self-employed. The other group of people, the educated people, COVID pandemic, many of the people, many of the youth, they lost their jobs in the cities. Even if they employed themselves in farming business, yield, the productivity is less. Those people are also included in the group of unemployed in the disguised way. They are disguised in the farmer, and in the disguised way they are unemployed only, and this number is not taken into the account. A lot of government jobs has to be created. The government comes with the parallel ideas, the contract jobs, extending the contracts so that retaining the recruitment process also. So these things like parallel ideas, does it means the government has created enough jobs to the youth? By the year 2030, the unemployment crisis will be that poison which becomes hard to swallow. Therefore, when the people elect the government with lot of hopes, with lot of desires and aspirations, the government is chosen, the youth of the country should be engaged. GDP should increase from the income of all the strata group of the population. It's upper strata's income increases means it doesn't mean that the country has progressed.